Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, folks. Welcome back. I'm going to call this segment Idiots on Parade. Just some short clips that show you just how clueless the people that are running the largest economy in the world and the most powerful military in the world. It's mind-boggling that people with such high educations are really this dumb. I don't, for the life of me, understand how they could collect. There's even these many educated dumb people in the country, but they all happen to be in the same place. And that's working for the Biden administration. Now, I'm sure there's more that are dumber, but obviously the prerequisite for getting on the Biden team is that I have to think the world is flat, I have extremely high education, and I'm dumber than hell. And the other part is these same talking heads like Jake Tapper here at CNN and MSNBC and other media outlets are directly, personally responsible for Biden being president. That is not an exaggeration. Let's listen to some of these geniuses at work. It's mind-boggling. It really is. Anyway, let's get to it.
And as the holidays approach, Americans are seeing higher prices on everything from gas to groceries. This week, the president changed his message on the issue, acknowledging for the first time inflation is, quote, worrisome and, quote, one of the most pressing economic concerns of the American people. A response, perhaps, to the political reality. A brand new poll from the Washington Post ABC News shows Biden's approval rating sinking to 41%, a new low, largely because of a negative shift among Democrats and independents.
41%. He considers that low. I shake my head in awe and wonder that it's not 10%, 12%, 8%. I mean, how can 41% of grown adults with two brain cells touching approve of Joe Biden? Honestly.
As 70% of the American people, according to this poll, rate the economy negatively. 70. Brian, you saw the bad poll numbers for the president when it comes to the economy. I don't know how much of a factor this was, but President Biden finally publicly acknowledged inflation is worrisome this week.
Is it me?
I want to play.
Or does this guy look like he just got a big shot of Novocaine? You're going to see this guy later. He's another. We'll put it to you this way. He won't be bringing the potato salad to the next Mensa picnic, okay?
Some sound of what you and President Biden were saying a few months ago in June.
By the way, talking inflation, the overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great, to
the degree that people are focused on inflationary pressures in the short term, that really is not the issue.
Do you think that you and the president were wrong and inflation is not a short-term pop up a little bit and then go back down issue?
No, I don't think so, Jake.
No, I don't think so. My God. You're in a building and it's on fire. And you turn to the person next to you and say, hey, the building's on fire. No, it's not. Well, 10 minutes goes by. Now the entire structure is engulfed. And you're near dying. And you turn to the same guy and say, well, do you think you were wrong about the building being on fire? And he goes, oh, I wasn't wrong at all. My God. He is a chief economic advisor to the President of the United States, that mental pygmy.
The gas station to the grocery store, Americans are struggling with rising prices and historic inflation.
The price of gas, rent, food, used and new cars all up. And consumer sentiment is down to a 10-year low. Rising prices have left 1 in 4 people feeling that their standard of living has dropped.
Is it concerned?
It's amazing to me. CNN is complaining. CNN is complaining that the American people are getting pummeled. They're getting You're directly responsible for this. Not indirectly, directly. You and your elites in your bubble, and your hatred for Donald Trump. You did this to us. You did this to us. And now you sit here and complain? Here's a little snippet here coming up from 2019. And look who's making fun of Joe Biden, Jen Psaki. It speaks for itself.
It all seems like another record player moment, kind of. To me.
Yeah, look, there have been a number of moments where even those of us who have affection for Vice President Biden think, what on earth is happening right now?
But if public safety is the...
Here's another one. This guy's the Surgeon General of the United States. And he could give two damns about what you think. We're going to make you take a vaccine. Now, I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-mandate. And talking about 95%. Well, let's listen to what this genius has to say. This person that cares so deeply about the health of the American people.
issue. How do you balance the drive for more vaccinations with the fact that police and healthcare workers in a number of cities are walking off the jobs, and now you have the Oklahoma National Guard refusing the mandate to get vaccinated?
Well, Chris, what I think is important to appreciate in the broader picture is that the vast majority of people across this country, vast majority of workers, are in fact in line with and will be in compliance with the general requirements. We've already seen that in the businesses that have put these requirements in place.
Yeah, which you threaten them with hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. You went against court orders. You went against the Supreme Court on the eviction mandate. If 95% are truly, honestly vaccinated, then when is it going to be done? If that's really true, then why are there mandates? 95% is an unachievable goal. We'll say they achieved it. It's over. No more mandates. The guy's lying through his teeth. It's called misdirection. And they made these companies do it out of threats. And there's some that are fighting back, like the Daily Wire and others.
Many of them have achieved a greater than 95% sort of adherence, if you will, with the vaccine requirements. So I think that's really important to keep in mind. But ultimately, this is about...
Well, I mean, I just want to say, but on the other hand, there's a large percentage, thousands of Border Patrol agents who haven't been vaccinated and are threatening to leave the job. You see in police departments in big cities, healthcare workers, and as I say now, the entire Oklahoma National Guard.
Now, here's the thing. Border Patrol, police officers, and National Guard. They enforce the law. We don't give a crap about them. In fact, if it was up to us, there would be no Border Patrol at all. Or limited police departments, mostly social workers. Because really, we're going to sit down with these heinous criminals and try to find out why they're so bad. People are idiots. They don't care about them. And by the way, not too long ago, if you remember, the Biden administration was touting these frontline healthcare workers are heroes. They are saving the country. Now they don't give a damn. When are people going to stop believing in these progressive Democrats? They always turn on you, always.
So here's what's important there, Chris. I think, number one, look, I think everyone's point of view matters. And for those who are concerned about the vaccine requirements, I think it's important for them to have their questions answered, their concerns heard. But if we're...
Their questions answered and their concerns heard. That means you get to voice your opinion. We're a democratic republic. You voice your opinion. Then when you're done, we tell you to shut up and do it anyway. Here's another genius, the Secretary of Energy. I've talked about her. I mean, I didn't know you could just pile this much crap without it falling over.
Prices in California. I have to look down at this. The number is so big I shouldn't even need my glasses.
Yeah, the number's so big I shouldn't need my glasses. You genius at CNN. You personally are one of the main people responsible for Joe Biden being president. And then you sit here and complain from the fallout from their failed policies? These people got a set on them, I tell you. Talk about hypocrites.
$4.67 for a gallon in California. That's more than it's ever been there. And you don't have to go to California for high gas prices. They're high around the country. What's the administration doing today to address that problem.
Yeah, I mean, John, the president is all over this. He really is very concerned about.
He is all over this. He is very concerned. What's the adults in Charlie Brown? Wah, 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 wah. He is all over this. Good Lord, by doing what? He only spent 2 days in Delaware this weekend instead of 3? That's his response? How the hell is he all over this? They're thinking about closing down another pipeline. You're going to see from the genius later here in this episode with AOC, another one that's, this is like a bad Saturday Night Live skit.
About, inflation, obviously, and the price of gasoline, because that's the most obvious manifestation of it. And as you know, no president controls the price of gas. Oil is sold on a global market.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Yeah, can you directly control them? No. But you can do things that make the supply so difficult to get that the prices go up 20, 30, 40%. And she's going to say things like, it's a worldwide and OPEC. Baloney, we were the biggest exporter of oil and natural gas in the world, including the Middle East. We were taking in billions from all around the world into our country. Yeah, he has a say. His policies and practices are making it impossible for the supply to keep up with the demand. And she's going to blame it on supply and demand now that COVID is... Well, if COVID's almost over and the demand's so high, what the hell do you have a vaccine mandate for?
It is, as we see, as everybody's coming out of COVID, there is a huge increase in demand. The supply has not caught up. So the president is looking at the limited tools that he has. I have nothing to announce on this, but no, he is looking and evaluating all of his options, limited though they may be.
Limited though they may be his options, how about get the hell out of the way? How about not making it so these prices are exponentially going up? And we all know that gas energy prices are connected to everything, from trucking to airplanes to everyday people going back and forth to work. The delivery of goods and services has gone up dramatically, and it's all connected. Even I know that.
The United States.
A new ABC News Washington Post poll shows the president's approval rating at a new low, just 41%, even losing support among Democrats and independents, with approval for his hand.
How the hell is it 41%? Honestly, how is it 41%? 39% hand in the economy? There should be a mental requirement, a certain IQ maybe of intelligence. I'm not sure how to do this to be able to vote. It's insane. Overall, he's 41%. How the hell is that even possible? Are there that many dumb, clueless cult members in this country?
Plummeting to 39%. Those numbers a warning shot for Democrats ahead of next year's midterms. More than half of voters saying if the elections were held today, they would back a Republican for Congress.
51% will vote for a Republican. How the hell is that not 81? That means there's 49% that are that effing clueless. That's concerning. That's very concerning if you're the 51%.
The largest margin in decades.
Because right now, as we continue to buy bonds...
Now, you're going to see this woman here from MSNBC. I'm not familiar with her. I've seen her around a little bit. She does the business side of it. Is asking this guy a question. We've seen him earlier. He is one of the chief economic advisors to President Biden. It's a big deal. And she's asking him a question. He's like, well, that's not really my... And then she gets kind of mad, but MSNBC is probably the number 2 culprit for getting Joe Biden elected. You guys wanted Donald Trump out. You got your wish. Don't whine about it and bitch.
The only people that helps are investors. And you've got the middle class being absolutely torched for being savers.
Well, again, what I would say is that I'm going to leave the execution of monetary policy.
Okay, he's going to execute it, but you can have an opinion on it, sir.
Oh, she acts outraged. Outraged that he won't give her an answer. You guys are the mental pygmies that got us in this spot. Directly responsible. Keep your fake outrage.
The country is watching you. You are the economic advisor to the president.
And
now, before we get into this, I had to do it. I'm sorry to everybody. I'm sure that after watching AOC, that you're going to walk away dumber than when you started. I hope, I pray that all of you that listen to this don't lose too many brain cells. I'm not going to interrupt and just let her talk. It's unbelievable. This is one of the people that can vote to go to war, by the way. Think about that.
I am very much in support of stopping Line 3, and frankly, a lot of not from Line 3 to Keystone Pipeline to all of this, it has to do with, a lot of this has to do with the decision that Congress made not too long ago, relatively, to allow the United States to be an exporter of natural gas. Because when you look at Keystone XL and when you look at a lot of these other pipelines, people say, oh, this is for energy, independence in the United States. We actually already produce enough to power our own country. Whether you agree with it or not, that's just what it is. A lot of these pipelines are being built so that the United States can export and sell natural gas abroad. And people make geopolitical arguments as to why that should be the case. That aside, I think, whether we actually 100% need, I believe Line 3 should not exist.
What we saw in Afghanistan was
now I've saved this for the end. This is probably the most extraordinary statement so far. But when I say extraordinary, I mean incredibly ridiculous and screwed up. In dealing with the Biden administration, that's quite a high bar. Let's listen to what this mental pygmy has to say.
It was unique. It was extraordinary. It was something that this administration had not done before. It is something that no administration had done before.
Absolutely right. He's absolutely right. No administration's ever done this before. How can you F up something so badly? And not on purpose, what it looks like. If you try to screw up this badly, I don't think you could succeed any worse. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary that you left hundreds of Americans behind in Afghanistan. Tens of thousands of Afghans that helped us in the last 20 years are now stuck there, especially the women. $85 billion with the military equipment that we lost. Of course, it'll have to be replaced by the people that make the military equipment. These people are nuts. Absolutely nuts. And we put up with it. 41% approval rating. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Well, there's part of our world. Good Lord. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.